Richard DeLude, I'm the principal with the team. I actually have one sole responsibility, and that's making sure any entrepreneur we interact with has a very good experience, and helping them get to meet all of the people in our community with Corey and Michael, and running our investment process. And I have the really fun job today to introduce the people who are far more important than ourselves. And that's our portfolio. It's really the individuals who have taken the leap and worked with us to define interesting companies that are going out and defining their entire categories. And so what's really fun is I think about each one of these as its own individual story. We get to see sometimes the starting point, sometimes we get to see the ending point, but really the fun part happens along the way. And just to highlight a few, Michael talked about Eric Peterson, who's working on a product for the next generation of cloud infrastructure. What's really interesting is I think of this as we sat down to a small coffee meeting one day, and he told me about what was definitely a whopper of idea. I mean, if we think generally this way, he was thinking over in this way. And we decided that we wanted to give him a little bit of space to go start this through the UFirst program. And it's been amazing. After about 6 months, he started and brought in Matt Manger, who's here as well today, who operationalized the business, really helped him get in the channel and start going and selling and building product. And they've continued to add in people like Alex, who's also here today. And that's one of the many stories. I think of Jim and Jen, who you'll see there on the right-hand side, some of the most incredible entrepreneurs you will ever meet. Run the track before, know how to build great companies, and they partnered up with an absolute technical savant, Jack, who's here as well. And they also have continued to bring along the team, like Giles here, who has one of the hardest jobs I've ever seen, which is being a designer for machine-to-machine communication, which is not a role you ever thought existed. And then, thinking about Mautic, open source marketing automation. David Hurley is a longtime open source founder, understands how to build community. And one of the core community members, Matt Johnson, ended up joining along and bringing in some other incredible team members like Kate and Matt to help stand up both the sales and marketing organizations. And we'll talk about Zeus as well. One of the ones that's been particularly fun to watch. Spencer Pingree, one of the most technically talented people you will ever meet in your entire life. Partnered up with Mark Galley, who is a tried and true, knows the course, knows how to steady the wagon, and brought along Adriana, Eric, and the rest of the team, including Rob, who was in the early founding team. And the privilege of it is that we get to see this over and over and over again. And I'll highlight the Salsify guys here. Without a doubt, they, in my mind, set the bar for company culture. And as I look at every new portfolio or investment that comes through the door, I think of this team, if we are so lucky to get to find people who can build a culture as strong as those people can, then we've done a great thing to support some incredible founders, especially now that they're continuing to work with some of our other portfolio companies like Molten. And these guys, Chris and Adam, they flew in from the UK today to be here to meet with you guys. And without a doubt, they are going to change the way that you think of commerce. If I step here, I could probably buy another pair of shoes using something like Molten. They're defining an entire new category of commerce. And it's really exciting to see. So who spends money on Amazon today? All right, keep doing that. They're a sponsor here. But you'll see in the next generation of cloud infrastructure, the product they're launching is Amazon Lambda. You've probably heard about it. There's an entire new toolkit and a few entrepreneurs who are at the forefront of building that toolkit, and that's someone like Adam Johnson and Erica, who couldn't be here today. And the founders of Sufa, Sandra and Yuta, they are without a doubt some of the fiercest entrepreneurs you will ever meet. I would tell you to get out of their way, but the reality is you should get in their way because they're incredibly wonderful people. And so we get the great fortune to work with these individuals every single day, and we're continuing to build that portfolio. It's up to 6 Series A and beyond investments and 12 seed investments, and we're continuing to grow that. So if anybody in here is in the portfolio, I'd love you to stand up quickly. All right, hold on one sec. And on the count of 3, I want you guys to clap for these guys for everything they've already done and all of the challenges that are still ahead that we all in this room can help them surmount. So on 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But at the end of the day, we're still building our portfolio. And as the investment manager here, I have a call to arms for you guys. We are always looking for the most incredible entrepreneurs, and without a doubt, there is a few that are probably not yet in this room that we would love to bring into this room. And so please consider me your single point person for any time you want an entrepreneur to come in, meet with the Underscore team, get plugged into this community. Please introduce them to me. I promise you right here and now that I will ensure they have an incredible experience and that they have an incredibly valuable time with us, regardless of investment. So thank you guys, and I'll hand over for the next keynote speak with Brian Halligan and John Pierce.